week or the last 2 weeks, we've been talking to Kaba that had a very interesting um, ordeal in trying to build a house back home in Gambia. And we know you listen to it. If you did not, you have to go on and listen to it. But today, I just wanted to do a quick it's like a quick encouragement because since sometimes when we hear all of those, especially when we're talking about building generational wealth, sometimes when we hear those stories, we get discouraged, especially if we've come close to those kind of disappointments. We get discouraged and just wondering what is the next step? Why does it feel like I'm alone? Or why does it feel like what should I even do? So today I just want to give you a few encouragement. Um, and again, this is why we bring these topics because normally we feel lost. We don't have anyone to talk to. We don't have anyone that has gone through those things. But I just want to remind us of some of the things that Kaba said on that show and just bring it back home to where our faith stands, where our hope stands, and what we hold on to and practical steps that we can do. So, welcome to the lounge. So, one thing Kaba said that really stood out for me was, you know, the fact that it was hard for them to trust, like the stories that he highlighted on the show. It was hard for them to trust family and friends because they got burnt. They got burnt out. Um, they got they had a hard time getting what they thought they were gonna get. Like for example, that friend that built on his land instead of building on the land that the friend actually trusted him to be building on. That is hard to come out of. But sis, sometimes somebody said it this way. Sometimes we are asking God, we're asking Him, like, God, give me the strength to do the big things, give me the strength to do the hard things in life so I can encourage other people. But none of us want to go through the hard times. That is hard. That is hard to come out of those kind of backstabbing. Or where do you even start? Start where you are. It is hard, but start where you are. Don't like I know in a vernacular we say don't keep it in your heart. Don't let it eat you up. And I'm saying this because sometimes those disappointments get people to think that it's only happening to them. But since it's not only happening to you, a lot of people are feeling it. And it's okay to go through that feeling of disappointment. It's okay to ask yourself, where did I go wrong? It's okay to feel the pain of the disappointment, but don't hold on to it. Um, I want to say, keep that dream going. If you want to build that house, keep that picture in front of your face. You know, hope is something that keeps the fuel going. So have hope in your picture of what it is. And you know, that family, that friend that bond you out, they're going to see you come out on bigger on the other side. So it's okay to feel the disappointment, and we're with you. It's okay to feel the hurt and the pain and the anger. We're here with you as well. But learn and grow from this experience. Learn and grow from this experience. You know, sometimes when we go through this, we're able to say, you know what, I trusted that person, but it's them. You are not the issue. Maybe it will highlight those red flags again, like Kaba said. then you get to ask more questions. Then you actually get to build in, okay, I have to actually be on the site, or I have to find other people that I can say, hey, could you check on this for me? Or I have other family members that I can say, hey, can you go to this place and ask these questions? We learn and grow from experience. And that's why we bring these conversations to the podcast. So that way we can learn from somebody else's mistakes and not somebody else's experience. So we ask the right questions. You know, in the Bible, Jesus asked more questions than he actually answered, because it is from questions that we learn. It is from questions that we get to know that, that person looks dodgy, because the answers that should be yes or no is having a lot of explanations that come with the explanations, and it's not straightforward. So we get to learn from our questions and from our experiences. So don't give up. Find a community that is around you. Find, even if it's two friends, two people that you can actually pour your heart out to. Have those two people that you can talk to about when the hard, like what you're going through, what the hard times is, what it is that, if you just want to vent, find those friends that you can vent with and that will listen to you. Um, find somebody else that have gone through it that was successful, and say, how did you do it? Sometimes I know we want to keep it on the down low. We don't want everybody to know what we're doing, but and I know I'm sometimes I struggle with that. It's like, how much can you tell somebody? How much can you open up to people that you don't actually know or don't know you that well? But sometimes we just have to take that risk, because everything we do in life actually is a risk. But we have to take that risk and say, hey, how did you do it? What did you do? Who did you talk to? So that is my encouragement that I want to give you today. That, sometimes it's hard, and we want to keep it. We seriously want to keep it that way. Um, but we have to get out of it. We have to. Um, one one, and we do come back to God's word, because that is where we find our peace. That is where we find the encouragement. That's where we find our comfort and our answers, because He said He will trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in Him. It doesn't mean that we just let people walk over us. It just say, no matter what they do, I know God is for me. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. We think we got it, but He knows tomorrow before tomorrow actually came, or before tomorrow will even think about showing up. He knows tomorrow. So let's just hold on to the God that knows tomorrow. My goal here today is so you don't feel like you're alone. You don't feel disappointed and stay there. That you're able to get back up and do it. And it might not be just your investment, it might be what's going on in life right now. But what we wanted to let you know that, God is for you. Keep this with Him, talk to Him. And some of us that haven't started those buildings yet, we haven't started those investments yet, we haven't started that building that wealth yet that we've been talking about on this channel. Let's start covering our thoughts, our desires, in prayer with God's word. Knowing that, God, you said, no weapon that is formed against me shall prosper. No weapon, anything I put my hands to do will prosper. And when that setback comes, remind that setback who our God is, that He is the God that rescued Sarah. Remember Sarah in the Bible, that somebody said Abraham was pimping Sarah, but Abraham knew what's up. But it's the God that rescued Sarah, that when Sarah was standing in front of the king and king was thinking that, hey, I got Abraham's sister, But God came through and said, hey, don't touch that. That's my son's. That's my son's wife. And that king even blessed Abraham, gave him more than he went in with, and say, here, take your wife, take this, there's some gifts, even more, because I thank God that I didn't touch her. So that is the God that we serve, that can cause even the people that are against us, that the people that want to hurt us, to bless us more than they thought they were taken from us. So you serve a big God. Let's hold on to him. Let's hold on to him. And I hope that you're encouraged today. Leave us a note. Send us a message. Send us a question that you have. It's almost the end of the year. So I know we're getting into festive mode, but we want to be able to answer your questions about building generational wealth. We want to be able to bring in people that are going to answer those questions, that are going to talk about those hot topics. So, sis, hang in there. Hold on. God is for you and not against you. Have an awesome, blessed week. And we will see you